Hey everyone, welcome back to the Fired Up Live Show. My name is Kirby Liaban, getting you fired up today, getting you motivated and focused to live out your dreams. And of course, pursue your faith. All right. So, baliktad, to pursue your dreams and live out your faith. I got it all jumbled. All right. So, we're here to talk about the power of pondering. And this is very important because before we act on something, before we make decisions, kailangan pagningilayan. Paano nga ba natin pinagningilayan yung mga bagay-bagay? How do we ponder? Are we even pondering? Do we even have time to ponder, right? So let's talk about that today. What is the meaning of pondering? Why do we need to have that in our life? Why do we require that to get to live a fired up life, right? Right. So yes, let's get it on. Let's get pondering today. Okay, let me know if you're watching this, where you're watching this from. My internet's kind of like I don't know, intermittent. I'm praying that the signal will be still well. Let me know if my reception is okay on your end, guys. All right. So, but yeah, we have to go on live and get everybody fired up today. Okay. So let's get to our topic. And before that, no, kindly share this to your friends, to your profile. Share this, tag it. Kung sino ang nangangailangan dito. All right. So hey, welcome Dex Magtahas from Sikihor. Hello Dex. Kamusta na? Thanks for being here. All right. So the Fired Up Life is all about getting you motivated and focused in pursuing your dreams and living out your faith. That is the goal of this show. Those are our objectives, motivation and focus. And if you feel like you lack the motivation, if you feel like you lack a bit of that focus, ayan, you've come to the right place because we talk about topics that help you get these two, motivated and focused in life. Okay, so we're here to get motivated for work and life. And the Fired Up Life show, of course, exists or goes live every Tuesdays and Thursdays at 3 o'clock p.m. All right. So let's go. Let's discover the power of pondering. Ayan po. So, let me offhand right away offer to you the slides of this show. Some of us may be interested in the slides. Some of us may want to ponder on the content of this program today, or maybe share the content to your small group if you're handling a small group, or a prayer group or a business group, and you can just go to kirbyliaban.com/pondering. The link to this is also in the descriptions. Okay, so go to kirbyliaban.com/pondering. All right, so let me know if you've downloaded the PDF already. You'll be led to a sign up page, and that will be delivered to you in your own emails. All right? Para nandyan, safe and secure sa inyong mga emails ang ating slides today. Okay. Yes. So my question is, sobrang busy mo ba? Are you so busy these days? May panahon ka pa ba para magngilay-ngilay? Do you have time to ponder? How is that part of your life where you just take some time off and think about certain things, about the issues that are going on in your life, think about the realities that you're facing? Are you too busy to ponder? Or perhaps are you too busy to even pray? Masyado kang lublub sa trabaho. Maybe you're worried about so many things that you don't have time to reflect on it. Maybe you want to escape it. Ayaw mo siyang isipin. Ayan, are you just so too busy even to set some time to ponder? Okay. Ayan po. So let's reflect on that, guys. If we don't ponder, this is what's gonna happen. Pag hindi tayo marunong magnilay-ngilay, magmuni-muni ng kaunti, na we will have a cluttered mind. Okay, so kumbaga ang daming pumapasok sa ating isipan. Tsaka hindi siya arrange. Magulo tayo mag-isip. Kasi hindi natin naayos sa ating brains ang dapat nating unang isipin. Do we have cluttered minds? Are the things inside our brains not in order? Hindi natin alam ano ang uunahin. Ayan. And therefore, some priorities are not identified. Ayan po, no? Hindi na-identify yung priorities of that cluttered mind. Parang, okay, whatever comes today, whatever is offered today, yun na, no? Yun na yung gagawin mo. May pinapagawa sa'yo ngayon, gawin mo. Then you notice that these things are not helping you move forward because they are not identified. Hindi mo alam kung ginagawa mo ngayon ay part pa ba ng priority mo. All right? And if you have indeed identified certain things like priorities, they are not given time and focus. Ayan, alam mo naman, priority mo pamilya mo, priority mo yung prayer time mo, priority mo yung relationship with the Lord, for example. No? Pero hindi natin nabibigyan ng tamang panahon at oras. Panahon at oras or panahon at lakas. No, we're not giving too much effort on that. Instead, we're sucked into other things. No? Perhaps it's a lack of pondering as a result of that. Hindi natin naiisip itong mga bagay-bagay na to. Okay? So, if we also lack pondering, pag hindi masyado natin pinag-isipan ang mga sitwasyon, we tend to make rash decisions. Ayan, yung bigla ka na lang mag-decide, sige, para matapos na yan, para makamove forward na, bahala na. Bahala na. Ayan, rash decisions yan. Pag sinabi mong bahala na, sige lang. Whatever may come, basta ano na yan, ma-decision na yan. You know? That's one extreme. No? We make rash decisions. Parang hindi pinag-isipan yung mga bagay-bagay. Hindi natin na-consider ang mga alternative solutions, hindi natin na-konsulta ang mga tao, basta na lang, ayan, dumiretso lang. We make rash decisions. All right, so we hope that we can avoid these things or maybe overcome these things if you're going through them right now. Okay. Sige. So, let's also look at this part. How do we deal with our realities? Ayan. May mga harap sa buhay. There are things that we want. There are things that we desire. But, how are we dealing with what's in front of us? Yung mga problema natin. How are we dealing with the concerns that we have in life? How are we dealing with the people that we're in conflict with, for example? These are the realities, di ba? And if we are not in touch with reality, hindi natin tinitingnan to ng seryoso, ayan, our problems will start to compound because we cannot accept the realities in life. Okay, so how do we deal with them? How do we deal with the realities that we have in our lives? Okay. Ayan, so let's get fired up to deal with the realities. Let's get fired up to organize our thought patterns, our way of thinking. Tsaka maging fired up tayo for today. All right. Ayan. So, let's first define what pondering is. What is it to ponder? No? According to the dictionary, to ponder is to think about something carefully, especially before making a decision or reaching a conclusion. All right. Ayan po yung ibig sabihin ng pondering. Thinking about it carefully. Yung pinag-iingatan po natin ang ating mga desisyon. Napag-ponder mo ba yan? Have you pondered on that matter? Ayan, no? So, have you pondered on that or have you avoided talking about it, thinking about it? Okay, so ito yung official definition ng pondering. So, it has something to do with making a decision or concluding something, reaching to a conclusion. Ayan, mahalaga po yan kasi pondering per se is not just being depressed about something. Ayoko nang isipin yan kasi nade-depress ako. Ayan, no? So, that's not pondering according to this definition. That's simply worrying, di ba? All right, so I wanna refer to Luke 2 verse 19. Yan, si Mary ang ating model of pondering, 'di ba? Ito yung scene where Jesus was born, nativity scene, and the shepherds were there. They were amazed. They were, grabe, no? Nakita nila yung mga angels, nakita nila yung Savior of the world. They were amazed by what they're seeing. Pero ito, no, it's written here in Luke. Si Mary naman, she was keeping it in her heart, or in this version, treasuring it all up in her heart. Pinasok niya sa kanyang puso yung experience, and pondered on what that means. Did the reality of her giving birth to Jesus meant for her and Joseph, 'di ba? So tinasawag na scandal of the manger, no? And what that means is that how did Mary reconcile in her mind na ang Savior of the world will just be born on in a stable, on a manger, ba? It's gonna be put there in a manger. How did she reconcile these conflicting ideas? Siyempre, ikaw, being a mother, gusto mo sa ospital, gusto mo talaga sa the best place possible. But they ended up in a manger. Ayan. So, she kept it all in her heart and she pondered on them. So, that's how Mary approached the situation. So, I would like to focus on certain commentaries with regarding to pondering, specifically on Pope Francis's homily noong January 1 of this year. And I love the reflections here. And it says here, no, the Pope noted that words and amazement describe their reaction. He was referring to the shepherds. Wow! Ganyan talaga, no? If you witness that yourself. Pero si Mary daw, Mary is pensive, pondering this reality in her heart. These two different reactions recall aspects of faith experience in general. The Pope said, the shepherds remind us of the beginnings of faith. When all seems easy and clear, Mary's pensiveness expresses a mature adult faith. Ayan. So, he was comparing, maybe during those times na bago pa lang tayo sa pananampalataya, bago ka sa isang renewal community, you were like amazed. Wow, galing naman dito. Nakaka-encourage, nakaka-inspire. No? So, that represented experience of the shepherd. Si Mary naman, more of pinagningilayan niya ang mga nangyayari sa kanyang buhay, sa buhay ng kanyang asawa, sa buhay ng kanyang pamilya, sa magiging buhay ng kanyang anak. Ayan. So, that's the context of pondering. Hindi naman siya, in a sense, nagwo-worry, but she was reflecting. Ano ba ang ibig sabihin nito, Lord? What does this all mean? Ayan. So, there will be times in our lives where we are faced with that kind of situation na hindi mo naiintindihan yung role mo sa mga nangyayari. And despite that thing na hindi mo masyado naintindihan, it still happened to your family, it still happened to your life, then what do? We emulate Mary by pondering on the situation. Whether it's a problem or it's a victory. Let's say you had a victory, nagkaroon ka ng promotion sa trabaho, or maybe you've been praying for migration, tapos biglang na-approve. Okay? So, anong gagawin mo, no? Pwede kang maging katulad ng mga shepherd na, wow, amazing! Or pwede ka rin katulad ni Mary na, wow, what does this mean? What does this mean for my life right now? What does this mean for my ministry? What does this mean for my service? What does this mean for our way forward? Ayan, no? So, ganyan, no? Or perhaps, hindi naman magandang kari. Nagkaroon ng problema, malaking problema sa negosyo, nagkaroon ng malaking conflict. Now, we can react also in a different way na parang nagugulat tayo, nadi-discourage tayo. But in the same manner, we can also react like Mary. You ponder all these things in her heart, no? In your heart, katulad ni Mama Mary. So, ganyan po, no? pondering is at the heart of the Gospels. Pondering is, shall we say, Mary's way of trying to understand the mysteries of God. Okay? So, if we don't ponder, mangyayari sa atin, magpapanik tayo. Mas madidepress tayo ng maraming beses, and we will wallow in our own problems, di ba? If we don't ponder. So we want to prayerfully ponder on the situations that we have in our lives. Ayan, no? So further on, the Pope said we can learn from the Mother of God here by taking on the same attitude of keeping and pondering, since we may also have to endure great challenges in life where our expectations clash with reality, putting our joy of the gospel to the test. Yan yun, no? Evangelii Gaudium, joy of the gospel. That was what the Pope has been expressing at the start of his pontificate. Talagang to have this joy, tapos natetest yan. And if our joy is tested, no? If our joys are challenged, if our the joy of the gospel in our hearts is slowly being robbed by our difficulties, by our disillusionment, ayan. So we want to keep and ponder, katulad ng ginawa ni Mary. Ayan. So this is the Pope's exhortation. And I love it. And I love it. It takes on a certain dimension of the gospel and in relationship to our situations in life. Ayan po. Let's ponder on what the Pope said, and let's see how we can harness the power of pondering. For those who just came in, you can download the PDF copy of the slides. Just go to kirbylyaban.com/pondering. Okay, if you want this as a copy of for your own. All right. So let's discover the 5 ways to harness the power of pondering. Ayan. Let's discover these. And if you're fired up, no, if you're ready to learn at least these 5 ways para mas talo nating mapagnilayan at pwede tayong makadesisyon ng maganda, right? Or desisyon ng tama. Let's discover these 5 ways. And if you're ready, pakilagay lang dyan, fired up to ponder. Fired up to ponder. Let's go, let's go. Ayan, itatype ko rin, no? Fired up to ponder. Fired up, ponder. Ayan, kung sino ang fired up ngayon, pakilagay lang dyan sa ating comment section. Fired up to ponder. Let's go, let's go. Okay, so 5 bagay po. I pondered on these 5 things. And let me know if you want to learn these 5 things. Pag may isang nag-signify dyan as customary for our Fired Up Live show, ayan, we will proceed with the 5 ways. Ayan. Just waiting on your comments. Ayan po. So let's go. Let's discover the 5 ways to harness the power of pondering. Ayan po. Now, bakit ko ba naisipan tong yung subject matter of pondering? Kasi pwede kasi yung pondering mapagpalit sa worrying. So yan, no? Baka lang I find myself or catch myself worrying about a lot of things while I should be pondering, no? With this context that we're having here right now. Hey, what's up, Jerome Arreola? Fired up to ponder. Ayan. And of course, si June Sierra is also here, fired up to ponder. Okay. Since may mga fired up to ponder na, let's go. Let's get it on. Okay, the first way. Ponder in prayer. Okay, so you ponder in the context of prayer. Kung magmumuni-muni ka naman lang din, kung mag-re-reflect ka naman lang din, or magme-meditate sa nangyayari sa buhay mo, ilagay mo na in the context of prayer. Ilagay mo na dun sa prayer time mo. But here's the thing, no? Here's the thing. You have to be serious about your relationship with God. Ayan, may pahabol po si Grace. Fired up to ponder. Ayan, thank you, Grace. So, be serious about your relationship with God. What does this mean? Sometimes when we have friends, no, we ask them, seryoso ka ba? Seryoso ka ba sa commitment mo? Seryoso ka ba sa mga sinasabi mo? Or kahit yung mga somebody who is courting someone, no? A guy is courting a girl, tapos ipaparamdam, nagme-message, ganyan, no? Hindi alam nung girl kung seryoso ba talaga siya, no? So later on tatanungin ng babae, seryoso ka ba? Seryoso ka ba sa ginagawa mo, no? So if you're serious, you would say your intentions, and you will actually express how you feel, no? And back up your promises, back up on your promises. So ganun, no? Are we serious about our relationship with God? When you say seriousness, I mean, you also make that effort to build that relationship. You also make that effort to show up in your prayer time. Okay. So whether you're sad, elated, discouraged, uplifted, ayan, whatever state that you have in your heart, we have to show up in that committed time of prayer. Because in that committed time of prayer, we're telling God, seryoso po ako. No, I'm serious with living a fired life, Lord. We're serious. I'm serious about living a blessed life with you, Lord. So when we have that disposition, when we have that intentionality of prayer and building that relationship with God, ayan, a lot of things can be revealed to us. A lot of wisdom can come to us. Kasi binuksan na natin yung isipan hindi lang sa human wisdom but divine wisdom. Alam po natin, no, pag nagingilay-ngilay tayo sa gospel for the day, if analytical lang, parang we will look at historically, we will look at the gospel with the power of our minds lang, no? So but when we dispose ourselves to the Lord and allow the Lord to speak to us, iba yung nangyayari, no? We get to realize something deeper, something more relevant. And I call that, knowledge, no? Yung knowledge and wisdom we gain from the Lord. So ganyan, no? When we ponder in prayer, yung background talaga ng lahat ng ito was how I introduced this topic, yung ginawa ni Mary. Yung may sitwasyon siyang nakikita, tapos pinagdasal ni Mary, pinagdasal niya sa kanyang puso, she pondered these things in her heart. So, we have to be serious. Yun yung unang posture talaga. If our pondering is to be quality pondering, if our pondering is to be something that is inspired truly by the Holy Spirit, ayan, we have to be in that relationship. We have to consider God, prioritize God in our ponderings. Even, especially in the most difficult decisions that you have in your family, in your marriages. Mga mahirap na mga desisyon, yung saan tayo titira, magninegosyo ba tayo o mag-empleyado? What are we going to do? What are we going to decide? Okay? So, when we have that, no, pondering in the context of prayer, hindi lang in the context of our own musings, it spells the difference. It spells the difference. Seryoso ba kayo? Are you really dead serious of building that relationship with God? Because if you are, then God will reveal much, much more of Himself to you. Okay, so ponder in the context of prayer. Second is to seek for the right questions. Bakit ba tayo nagngilay-ngilay? Kasi naghahanap tayo ng sagot. We're looking for the answers in our lives. We're looking for the solutions. Pero in a lot of cases where even the questions are not clear, okay, no, we can't find the right answer if we are not able to formulate the right questions. So this is very important to ponder on. You're trying to solve the problem in your family. You might be able to address certain issues in your own home or in your own organization, your own community. And suddenly parang nafe-feel mo, parang walang nangyayari, parang walang nagbabago, parang bumabalik pa rin sa dati. And maybe you have not really identified the problem. And the problem is defined in the question. Yung problema nandyan sa sa tanong. Okay? Let's just say, bakit hindi nag-grow yung isang organisasyon? Okay? So, you want to ask the right question. Maybe at first, you ask, maybe the question for you is, why are people leaving the organization? Ayan, why are people leaving the organization? That might be the right question. Or instead of asking, what programs, what activities do we need to implement more? Okay, so maybe the question about activity is not it. No, maybe it's about, the question is, what are the reasons why people are leaving a certain organization, a certain group, 'di ba? Ganon din sa business, no? Why are customers not anymore getting from you, no? Bakit hindi nag-repeat order sa iyo? Bakit ibang supplier ang kinuha, no? And you wanna create sub questions, no? What are we not fulfilling? No? What are we not fulfilling in terms of the situation? Ayan, no? Ito yung mga bagay na pwede nating pagnilay-nilayan. If you ask the right question, you have solved half of the problem already. All right? If you ask the right question, yeah, you have solved 50% of what you're facing. Kasi baka ilang taon mo nang ginagawa yan, wala pa rin nagbabago. Baka, it's time to ask the different question. Okay, so seek for the right questions. Sabi dito, no, sa quote na to, sometimes the answer is in the question. Totoo, no? Sometimes it can be there. It can be found there. Doon siya mahahanap yung ating mga sagot. Okay, so, number 3. End the day pondering on your experiences. Ayan, minsan pagod na pagod tayo, galing sa trabaho, hindi man lang nakabihis, tulog agad sa kama, di ba? Sobrang pagod eh. Di na nakabihis, di na nakatoothbrush, di na nakaligo. How much more magpa-ponder? Okay. More pondering pa. Or kaya sobrang pagod ka, you just wanna watch Netflix till you doze off. Ayan. Now, when is the time that you will ponder? No? So it would be good, no, if you have the facility na pwedeng mag-walking ng kaunti, breathe fresh air, have nature around you, or if you're living in the urban setting, ayan, find the nearest park and be able to find time to have an examination of conscience at the end of the day. No, end the day pondering on what has transpired para maximize mo yung wisdom and knowledge that the day has offered to you. Every day, every single day has something new. Meron talagang bagong ino-offer. No? So at the end of the day, ponder on your mistakes and sins. Lord, where have I failed you today? Lord, what did I do that was not pleasing to you? Nagmura ba ako? Nagalit ba ako sa isang tao? Did I misjudge somebody? Was I backbiting some person? Where, Lord, have I failed? Did I shout at somebody? Was I impatient? Ayan, no? So these are good things to admit, no? And in through this awareness of these sins, we're able to correct them. Pag hindi tayo aware, baka maging habit natin daily. It becomes a repetitive act because we have not identified our mistakes or sins, di ba? You want to also identify the good things you did. Ano yung magandang nagawa natin today. So hopefully, in the more pondering we make, we do more of the good things than the bad things, di ba? As the day comes, as the week unfolds, all right? And how can we improve tomorrow? So part of that pondering is, what will I do differently tomorrow? What will I focus on more so that I can solve my problems better, so that I can improve the quality of life of my family and uplift our situation. Ayan po. No? So maybe these are the things that can help you at the end of the day. Subukan nyo po ngayong gabi. This is one of the things na very applicable. Okay? So end the day pondering on your experiences. Number 4, let pondering lead to acting. Kailangan talaga pondering in the context of moving forward. Pondering in the context of getting things done. Pondering not in the context of delaying, not in the context of procrastinating, not in the context of being frustrated and remaining depressed or having a pity party, di ba? It should lead to acting. Kaya nga pinag-iisipan yung mga bagay-bagay, no? You keep and treasure these things in your heart so that you are able to discern properly. Okay, so yan. Let pondering lead to acting. Next is find a tool to record your ponderings. Ano man yung tool na yan. Is it a tool, a written tool, a journal? I've been talking about journaling last week. No, malaking bagay po siya. No, in downloading our, you know, the things that are in our minds, tawag ng doktor, cognitive overload, no? Kailangan lagay mo yung mga naiisip mo sa isang papel. Ayan. So you can find a tool to record your ponderings through just using your cell phone. Meron kang reflection, kwento mo lang sa recording mo, no? You have a log. You have a log of your thoughts. No, ako minsan I record it, nagla-live ako, then I share people my thoughts, my ponderings for the day. Ayan, and sometimes I blog about it, 'di ba? So yun po yung mga ways for me to record. I think about it. But of course, opt have a more personal, a more secret pondering of your thoughts nandoon, no? Pero pwede na siyang memoirs, no? Pwede na siyang references of how your life became. Okay, so that's the fifth one. Find a tool to record your ponderings. Ayan, so just to review, just to recap, the 5 ways to harness the power of pondering. Number 1, ponder in prayer. Number 2, seek for the right questions. Third is end the day pondering on your experiences. Fourth is let pondering lead to acting. Fifth, find a tool to record your ponderings. Ayan po. Yan po yung 5. So let me know, guys, which of the 5 things you feel like you could apply today. The 5 things that you feel like, okay, I'll do that. I will take that advice to heart and apply it to my life. Because the Fired Up Life is all about making things simple for you. But of course, I am here to provide you options so that you can get fired up. Okay? All right. So yan po ang ating 5 ways to harness the power of pondering. Okay? So yes, if you came in late and you still want to download the PDF copy of the slides, ayan, no? So just go to kirbyliaban.com/pondering. All right, awesome. Si June Sierra is saying gustuhan niya na yung let pondering lead to acting. Yan, I agree with that. Thank you for highlighting that, June. I love that you picked one, and I pray that whatever it is you're praying about, you're pondering on, mapagdesisyonan mo na, and it will be a quality and well-discerned decision. All right, awesome. Thank you, June. Okay. Yes, yes. Ayan po. So, hey, if you enjoyed the show, if you felt like you learned something in the show, please don't hesitate to support the Fired Up Life show. Ganun po ang mga online creators. They create free value for the whole world. And the way it is being sustained, really, para tuloy-tuloy po siya, is through Patreon, through supporters, and through donations. Ayun. So, just go to patreon.com/fireduplife if you want to be one of our patrons. You can also send stars. Ayan po. There's a give button there. And you can help out by that way. And hey, you can also be a supporter through Facebook. If you see a green button there somewhere, and then may nakalagay be a supporter, ayan, just go to that and just click that. And you can also send support through GCash through that number I posted there. All right, awesome. Sabi ni Achian, ayan, ang aking kababayan. Find a tool to record your pondering. Yan, no? Kasi iba-iba tayo eh. No, we are some like to write. Some walang panahon. Gustong ikwento lang, makwento. Ayan, yun yung mga podcasters, ganyan yun sila. Na yung iba they like to just it. My dad, no, before he passed on, before he transitioned to our Father in Heaven. Yan, he was logging his activities for the day. Galing. So nakakatuwa na he left us with the things that he was doing on a daily basis before he passed on. So ayan no. Yeah, record them. The wonder of these recording tools is that when you make it today, okay lang. It looks very normal. It looks okay. It looks okay. It's on a piece of paper. Pero if you read it 10 years from now, if you read it later in the future, nagkakaroon ng invaluability. Kumbaga, it's invaluable. It's valuable to the life of people. Yung mga ating nire-record sa mga ganun, no? So, for example, the life of the saints. They want to know more about that saint. They're looking for sources where they can get a copy kung may sinulat ba siya, may kinentuhan ba siya. Ayan, no? So, these are very, very important. Record your ponderings. Record your realizations because that's how you leave a legacy. That's how you leave a blessing here in the world by the life that you've lived. Your life is a blessing, and our lives are meant to be shared. All right. So, especially to our own families, diba? Si Ate Gwen, yes, thanks for this, Kirby. Find a tool to record your pondering and let it lead you to action. Thank you for that. Wow, I love it. For all our participants, thank you sa lahat ng mga ka-fired up na nanonood today. All right, thank you for all your inputs here. Again, support the show. Go to patreon.com/fireduplife. You can also um, be part of this group. Ito po silang lahat nasa private Facebook group where I update them at least a few times in a month about what's happening behind the scenes of the Fired Up Life. Okay, so salamat po sa inyo. Again, send stars. You also can buy my book, 365 Fired Up Days. Kung wala pa po kayong kopya nito, nako, better get one now before it runs out or runs out. Go to fireduplifestore.com. Alrighty. That's it. That's our show for today. And I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got to reflect more about your life and you get to ponder on the realities that you have and make that decision in the context of prayer. God bless you all. And as I usually say, keep being fired up. Bye.